What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow, social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram and Threads, Brandon Janeau, uh, Facebook, the BrandonJaneauShow, um, Twitter, X, B Janeau, and also TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. Just like my YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. Go subscribe. I do comment back. Wearing glasses tonight because my eyes been tripping on me. So bear with me. Um, this just look a little out of sorts. I don't know if it's the phone or the way I'm kind of got the phone. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know, but yeah. Uh, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. This is bleed black and gold. No, God Almighty. Saints lose fifth consecutive game. They're lo- they have lost their fifth consecutive game after starting 2-0 and had the entire world talking about our offense and all that blase blase bullshit. We lose to Denver. Sean Payton returns to New Orleans and beats our ass 33-10 with a rookie quarterback, Bo Nix. Where y'all want me to start? Where you want me to start? Um, the Saints in the first half had 10 minutes of possession time. 10 minutes of possession time. Now, you could say that's a Dennis Allen problem, but 10 minutes, it's 30 minutes and a quarter, and a half. Denver had 20 minutes of with the ball. In the first quarter, Denver had 13 minutes. We had 4. Are y'all ready to talk about Clint Kubiak now? Are you ready? First half, we don't. How we go from running the ball? By the way, we that last drive we had, some second last drive, whatever, with Kendrick Miller, who finally played tonight, we could have been doing that. You actually used Jamal Williams a little bit in this game. Could have been doing that. And somehow, some way, the Saints just the Saints are the Saints, man. And and I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain this shit. Marshawn Lattimore is hurt with another hamstring injury. Paulson Adebo, which y'all been saying he sucks and all this other shit. Well, now he's out for the year. The way they talk about it, he may be out. That this might be a career-ending injury. They talk about it could affect the stability of his bone in his knee. This may be a career-ending injury that Paulson Adebo has. I have never seen a dumber fucking thing than you get the ball with like 10, 11 seconds on the clock. You run a play. The clock is ticking down, going into halftime. You know you're not getting no yardage. You're not getting a field goal range that fast. You call a timeout with 4 seconds on the clock because you just have another timeout to burn, and then you need a ball to get in the half. Nigga, what? That don't even make coaching logic. That don't make coaching sense. You only called a timeout because you just had one to burn? Nigga, what? They did that shit to Dennis Allen did that shit tonight. I said this Sunday, and it happened tonight. I said my biggest fear for the Saints is that you could bring pressure, but you cannot get to the fucking quarterback. You can't sack him. What happened? Bo Nix probably had a career rushing game on the ground. I don't know how many yards he finished with rushing, but I knew he had like 50, 60 yards before. Shit, it's embarrassing, man. The dome was gone. This isn't like last year's Thursday night game where we kind of came back against the Jaguars. This was embarrassing. This was embarrassing, man. I, Denver had already 13 first downs. We had five in the first half. Five. Here's the thing. I've had four head coaches. I'm 30 years old. I've had four head coaches in my Saints fandom in my life. Mike Ditka, who traded our entire draft for Ricky Williams, which he should have got fired for that shit. Jim Haslett, I remember Jim Haslett. Sean Payton, and now Dennis Allen. Four. Four. And those coaches had Mike Dick, I think, had Jeff Blake. Yeah, Jeff Blake. Jim Haslett had Aaron Brooks. Of course, Sean Payton had Drew Brees. And Dennis Allen has Derek Carr. The three head coaches I've had in my life. I think Jim Haslett was an offensive coordinator before he got the head coaching job. And even when he left, I think he was an offensive coordinator again. So three of the four head coaches for the Saints that I remember were all offensive coordinators before they got the job. Mike Ditka was offense. I have no idea what the Saints are gonna do. I would be surprised if they fired Dennis Allen tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, I would be surprised. I would be surprised. Even with this ass whooping, I would be surprised. Because you can't you could sit there and say the team quit on and they probably have. But for me right now, like I said Sunday, I'm to the point now with this shit where it's like I'd rather keep him. I'd rather keep him and get a high draft pick. And I'd rather trade all the pieces we can trade. I would look into trading Alvin Kamara. Me personally, I would try to keep him. But if he actually is like, man, go give me a team that can win right now. Put me in Kansas City or put me in what's a team that kind of need a running back. I'm in Kansas City. Even though you can get Pacheco back at some point, Kansas City, San Francisco. Like there's some teams that he can go to. Cincinnati, definitely. He can easily fit Cincinnati. Um, Even though Cincinnati sucks. But you have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and fucking Alvin Kamara with Joe Burrow. That's an offense that's going to be unstoppable. It's already unstoppable. Now you add Alvin Kamara to that shit. It's that shit just. This team is done. And the crazy part is, if Atlanta loses to Seattle and Tampa lose to Baltimore Monday, we'll still be 2 games out of first place. Yo, yo, and this shit is fucking incredible. It would still be 2 games out of first place. Like this shit is fucking embarrassing, bro. Like there's nothing more. There's nothing more. That's it. I don't even know. I don't even know what the Saints can do. The defense is being more on the field than anything. I can even tell you one time Bo Nix gave a pass to a actual receiver outside of Troy Franklin in this game. This was embarrassing. This shit's bad, man. Like I said, I don't know if you fired Dennis Allen. If you do, great for everybody that wants him gone. That's awesome. If the team has quit on him, you gotta get rid of him. If the team has truly said, fuck this dude, we're not playing for this dude, I don't give a fuck what he does or says, I want his ass gone, then you have to get rid of him. Got a mini buy, you can figure out something, put somebody in charge, figure it out. One thing I definitely would say is he made a lot of dumbass decisions tonight. Calling a timeout when you could have just went into halftime for no fucking reason. That's a dumbass decision. Going for an offside kick and you have no chance in hell of actually even coming the fuck back in the game, that's a stupid ass decision. There are things that this dude he's starting to show that he is not a coach, a head coach. Just the decision making is fucking stupid. Why? I don't get it. Like, yeah, man. Um, I wish I could get on here and say there's some positives about this situation tonight. There's none. There was no positives of this game. You see Kendrick Miller, I guess that's a positive, I guess. But for the most part, man, and like I said, Clint Kubiak didn't do shit. And I have been very vocal about my feelings on Clint Kubiak. He does not do shit. He is a terrible offensive coordinator. Everything literally has to go right for him to actually be good at coordinating the game. There is no way in hell, again, you put this kid out there on the football field and you do nothing with him. You know Spencer Rattler got the wheels to get the fuck out the pocket. Why are you not using him to run the ball? I don't understand it. You know Alvin Kamara is banged up. You use Kendrick Miller one time in the first half. You clearly see he can cut. He can do certain things as a running back. Jamal Williams is healthy as a motherfucker, and you don't use him. All the injury side receiving core, and you had no game plan tonight. It's just like, ah, yeah, yeah. Rashid Shaheed is also out, and he's done for the rest of the year. That happened after I did the Bleed Black and Gold show Sunday. Rashid Shaheed is out for the year. He had surgery, I think, today. He's done. Chris Olave might play Sunday, or he might not. If I was Chris Olave, I'm not playing till you know what the fuck this team is. That's my decision, and that's my ruling, and that's how I'm feeling. I'm not playing until I actually know what the fuck is happening with this team. You could call me quitting or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but that shit's embarrassing. This defense cannot get any fucking sacks on a rookie. They got manhandled tonight. This shit's embarrassing. Like I said, I don't know if Dennis Allen gets fired tonight. It did not help him in no sense of the word. This was an embarrassing performance. The team just did not show up. It's one thing, I get it. It's a quick turnaround. It's a Sunday game. But when you go from literally not doing shit Sunday in the second half to now come out and not do shit the entire game, that is a true definition of a team that is quitting on this head coach. And you can't do shit about that, man. Dennis Allen has fucking lost the team. If that is the case, then you have to get rid of him. And we have to figure out from what the hell that is. Me personally, I say keep him because I want a top 10, I want a top 3 seed. I need a top 3 seed. Now, if you want to get rid of him after that, then fire that motherfucker after the season. I don't give a fuck after that. I could care less. But I feel like we might get too goddamn complimentary. We might know what we're doing. If we might be good, and we might get a, t- a top. Like we might go from having a top seed to maybe like being like a top pick to like 5 or 6 or 7. I'm like, nah, nigga, that's a little stretchy. I don't like that at all, man. Top three, definitely. Top 3 or 4. I'm like, we could do this. But this is embarrassing. This was an embarrassing game for us. I already know who our next head coach should be, who we should definitely try to go get, and that's Ben Johnson from Detroit. I would definitely hire him. Um, I would hire him, and I would also try to hire Robert Salas, the former Jets head coach, because I don't give a shit what nobody say. That motherfucker coach defense, and he could get our defense back to where it was, or at least see what's up with how committed is Brian Flores to the Minnesota Vikings, and I would go get him. I would, but my first choice is either Brian Ben Johnson for Detroit or the Houston offensive coordinator. I don't know his name, but and if the Browns also decide to fire Kevin Stefanski, I'm going to kill Kevin Stefanski. I would also say fuck that. Go get Kevin Stefanski. Don't get the record of the Browns food. That is not his fucking problem. That is not his fucking fault. I know people who sit there and say, yes, it is. No, it's not. He's got an incompetent ass quarterback that does not want to play anymore. But because he's paid so much money, he's forcing himself to play. He has given the fuck up. Kevin Stefanski is a 2-time coach of the year. He can coach. Go get Kevin Stefanski and go get Robert Salas as a defense coordinator. That's what the fuck I would do. But the first person is Ben Johnson. I'm calling Ben Johnson up on the phone immediately after we get rid of Dennis Allen. And I'm like, I don't know what you want. I have no idea what you want. But whatever they offering you, I'm doubling that shit. I don't give a fuck. Whatever motherfuckers offering you, I'm doubling that shit. And another thing is to actually start a rebuild. We have to start an actual rebuild. We got to stop trying to hold on to players. Now, again, like I said, if we want to keep Alvin, then maybe. If you want to keep Marshawn Lattimore, maybe. But Paulson Debo being hurt right now is kind of like the way he got injured tonight too, and the way they're talking. You may need to have this conversation. I don't know what you do with the Saints, man. Um, I think the season, again, this is such a weird fucking thing because we literally, if we beat the Ravens, if the Ravens beat Tampa Monday, and Atlanta loses to Seattle, we are 2 games out of first fucking place. This is the weirdest fucking thing, man. I wish they would just win and get this over and done with. So we are so far behind we can't catch. But that's the fucking thing. If we're healthy, we can catch them, and that's the crazy part. It's just, God Almighty, we got. This is the problem we have because the one thing you could sell the Saints, you could sell people on is the fact that as bad as we are, do you remember the first 2 games? And that's the fucking thing. If we were healthy, what would this team really be like? And that's the problem. We're so fucking hurt that when we were healthy, we scored 40 points a game. I know it's 2 games, but it's 40 fucking points. That's why I feel like Dennis Allen might not lose his job tonight after tonight. Again, I could be wrong. I could be completely fucking wrong. But I don't know, man. This is crazy, man. I don't know. Um, Saints lose. 33-10 to the Denver Broncos. Um, I'll be back next Sunday. Um, talk about the Chargers game. Um, play the Chargers next. Then we go to Carolina after that. See, this is the thing about the Saints, man. If we beat the Chargers set next Sunday, and then we beat Carolina, and Atlanta and Tampa both lose, and they lose again, it's like shit could get, man. This shit's so fucking. Ugh, God. I'm kind of rooting for Atlanta and Tampa to win now because I just want this season to be over. It's over. Yeah. I wish we, yeah. I don't. Also, Demario Davis has got to go. Demario Davis has got to go. Demario Davis is calling the wrong. He's missing the holes now. He's missing the key points of where he needs to be to plug up the running game, and he isn't getting to what he used to do. Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Taysom Hill, Elmer Kamara, and Marshawn Lattimore. It's time for a conversation. Is it time to move on? And it's starting to get to that point. Me personally, I would trade Taysom Hill to Denver because I know that Sean Payton's stupid enough to give us whatever we want to get Taysom Hill. Give up Taysom Hill, let him go to Denver. Alvin and Marshawn are only two people I would even have a full fledged conversation with and see what it would be to what they want to do. What do they want to do? Do they want to stay in New Orleans? But you're gonna have to take a pay cut. Outside of that, we're going to trade you. Demario Davis, Cam Jordan. Mario Davis, Cam Jordan. What else I said? Can't even remember. Demario Davis and Cam Jordan. I wouldn't even care where you land. I just think it's time to go. Oh yeah. RG, the linebacker, sucks. He's fucking terrible. Um, we drafted a kid from Texas. Excuse me. We drafted a kid from Texas, and we haven't used him at all. Chase Young has no burst, none. Chase Young has no burst. He was getting pushed around tonight. And Carl Granderson, as good as he is, we paid him a little bit too much to keep him, and he ain't doing shit. This is the Saints. We need to have a full fledged conversation, and it's fucking time. It's fucking time, man. Me personally, I would get rid of Demario Davis. I'll trade Demario Davis to a team that needs a linebacker. Cam Jordan, I get rid of him. And when Pete Warner does come back, he will be my middle linebacker. Wally Gay will be my linebacker, and I would use Jalen Ford, the kid we drafted for Texas this past season, and he will be my other linebacker. That'll be my three linebackers moving forward. But outside of this, man, this shit's embarrassing. This shit's embarrassing, man. There's nothing left I can say about this. I will still be doing this show, but I can clearly see where this is going, and we're probably going to win 4 or 5 games this season. I would be surprised. I don't really know if we could beat the Chargers next week. I think we could beat Carolina in Carolina, but Carolina always gives us kind of like a tough game, and especially in Carolina. Um, we still got we still got the Rams, we still got the Giants, we still got Commanders, Raiders, Packers. We got Atlanta again coming to us. We have to go to Tampa. Um, yeah, man, this shit's not about to get easy, man. This shit's bad, man. This shit's bad, man. I think we got the Browns this year. Yeah, this is bad. Again, I don't know if it's time for Dennis Allen to go. I don't know if well, and it's time for Dennis Allen to go, but I don't know if you fire him now, and that's the problem. I don't know if they're going to fire him right now in the season of all places. I don't know if you're going to fire him, but if the team is actually giving up on him, That's a meeting that you have to have with the team tomorrow. They have to vote on it, and if that's what they want to do, then you fire him. Because Mickey Loomis is not going to do it because the fans are asking him to. The team has to agree to let him go. So yeah, fifth straight loss. There's nothing more you can say. It's you really can't say anything. This is um this is it. I thought the Kansas City game was bad, but this was embarrassing. The fans left. Like you, I haven't seen a dome that empty in years. Like it's been some years. I'm talking about Jim Haslett years. It's been a while since I've seen the dome quiet and just gone. That's embarrassing. You honoring Drew Brees tonight too, and it just shit's embarrassing, man. That shit's fucking embarrassing, man. Like I said, I'll be back next Sunday to do Bleed Black and Gold again. Um, yeah, yeah. Till next time, peace.